we go. Yep.
All right. Well, hi, my name is Jacob, and today I'm going to be persuading y'all on why inflation should go down in Texas. To start off with, for a show of hands, who here has personally struggled or had someone that they know that has struggled to pay for their bills due to inflation? If you have, raise your hand. Well, I can't really see your camera, so also, how many of you have noticed the major increase on food items at grocery stores or restaurants? Well, places like McDonald's once had a dollar menu that I would go to a lot to get my food or whatever, but now they're not even anything in a dollar menu. Nothing is a dollar now. It's crazy. So, from like what I know, money has always been a vital part of our lives and we need it to survive, but inflation bringing prices down has put a number on our money making. To state how credible this topic is, because I have to tell you that I'm credible for this, I started looking into not only just real estate market prices going up, but everything else going up. Now, I want to show you some of what I know on this topic and why it needs to be fixed. There might be a high pricing on everything right now, but there's always a way to fix it. My research has found that the inflation that we see today started around mid 2021, so like summer of 2021, if you know what a summer is, and has continued its way on to 2024, which is present day right now. This has become the main reason why we see so many homeless people on our streets today. Cities such as Austin, Texas, or Dallas, Texas are like the capital of homeless people. You see that so much down there, and it's bad. So, why should we fix this issue? We should fix this issue because if we don't, then there'll be more homeless people. Unemployment rates will go through the roof, way through the roof, which is bad. With these numbers of people, there will be crowded areas in our cities, causing the places to look trash, and it's just overall not a good look. High inflation can do one of three big things with one being that it can cause you to not be able to purchase as much goods and services for you and how you live. The main point of this being less purchasing power, which is that if you can't buy the goods and services, then your quality of life will thin out. Having less purchasing power will really do a number on families who are already struggling to afford to live before the inflation had hit. Inflation hits the lowest income families harder because items such as gasoline, diesel, and food make up a large portion of their budgets, leaving less for discretionary spending. So, for example, where they used to have spend their money to go out to eat dinner, eating fast food, or go to the movies once a month, now they won't at all, which is sad. In fact, a 2021 study from the University of Texas found that lower income households had to spend about 7% more on goods and services compared to last year, like 2019 or 2020, while higher income households had to spend 6% more because they have more money. So they want to charge more, which is kind of unfair. Remember, the annual rate of inflation for 2021 was 4.7%. The next big problem with inflation going up is having less money to spend on things that you might need to buy later and have the money for. If you're spending more money on groceries and house payments, then there's most likely less money being put into the savings account at which you are banking your money into. And with that said, studies from mid 2022 show that 42% of respondents were saving less money than usual. Not good. Not good. It was also said that inflation makes their household income and savings less valuable to them. For those of you who are spending more money than saving, you are more likely to be stranded when an emergency situation hits your pathway, such as like me, if you have a Jeep that is horribly unreliable, that always has money being put into it because it's so unreliable, you're going to wish you had money to be able to fix those things. If you're having car problems and have to take your car to the car shop, you'll want to have the money to fix it. But if you didn't save as much money as you used to, then it's not going to pan out well for you. In another situation, say you are having bad weather like hail, like we know hail in Texas is bad. It's really, really bad. Or a tornado, or if you live coastal, hurricane or whatnot, you'll want to have money to fix it. But if you don't, then you're probably fucked. Sorry for cussing. Because you may have home insurance, and home insurance doesn't always cover everything. And if you've already used your home insurance previously to fix something on the house, you probably won't have enough money left over to fix those other damages. Car repair prices went up 9% from June 2021 to June 2022, according to the CPI. If you had a $900 car repair in June 2021, in June 2022, that same car repair would have been $981, an $81 increase. This would mean that your savings money would be less valuable. The last important issue that you will run into with inflation is loss of goods and services. This is where businesses fall when there is high inflation on priced goods, making it harder for them to make business, leaving most businesses devastated. Not good. Times like these make these consumers have to work on a different mindset where they buy goods they actually need and leave behind the ones that won't make them as much profit. The inflation market hits these business owners and consumers hard because it keeps their mind in check and tells them they are going to have to work harder to maintain a steady business income. It does kind of have some positives to it, but mostly negatives to inflation happening. Times like these will make you rethink on taking your kids to places that cost a lot of money, like amusement parks and whatnot, because in the end, you can't afford that lifestyle anymore. Sad, but it's true. And then what most parents end up having to do is taking their kids to a free program where they can still have as much fun, but they're not spending any money, so they're saving money, and that's a big plus. These may not be the most interesting solutions, but it is how they will save more money. When inflation hits times like these, you could close down your favorite restaurant or any business due to not having enough profit, and we need to know that inflation hurts people and it has to stop. So, to conclude this statement, or all of these statements, hopefully with the information that I have provided with you today, it can change your mind on the way we live our lives and put a stop to inflation. If we don't put a stop to inflation, we could lose our jobs and be homeless, just like the unlucky amounts of people that you'll see on those big cities out there on the street who were already affected by it. So, that's the end. That was horrible. That was actually horrible. I,
All right, 8 minutes.
How long?
8 minutes.
8 minutes and what seconds?
Like 10 seconds around there. It's like
Okay, because
perfectly.
I have to meet the 8 minute mark. So,
Yeah. Oh, you're a little late with the golf clap, but there, I'll show you for the golf clap.
all right. I don't think that will be as interesting as my last one,
Yeah.
but oh well.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it out of the way.
Time to go.
You know what? I
What?
could have done my last TED Talk speech too. Actually, I could still do it right now if you want me to. We can film part 3, which is supposed to be part 2.
What was it, like another bit they
This
had?
one's
More information?
this one was more on the lines of like about cars,
Cars.
but I can still show it to you. It's
I'll
about the
just.
best first car to own.
All right. Then I'll stop this recording and do another one.
Okay, cool.